Hey there, Tom. I was just wondering if you were off to work now?
Oh, actually, I'm still working. I was asked to stay extra late in the office to take care of some overtime.
Oh, I see. Well, then I guess that means we won't be seeing each other tonight, right? You know, I've been trying not to say anything, but it feels like you've been really, really busy lately.
I know that I have, and I really am sorry about it. But hey, think about how I feel. I think that I'm barely going to be able to catch the last train back home.
Really? Again? You've been cutting it really close for a while now, haven't you?
I certainly have. I wouldn't argue with that at all. But I guess this is just a busy season for the company, so I guess being this busy is to be expected.
You really think it's going to be like this every year? I mean, I know that there's nothing that we can really do about it, but I just hope that you're taking care of yourself.
Oh, don't worry. I've been trying really hard to stay on top of my sleep. But I really am sorry that we haven't been able to spend more time together.
But obviously, I understand why you're prioritizing your work at a time like this, but do you think things will have calmed down by next month?
I really hope so. In fact, I think they should. At the very least, the next month shouldn't be as busy as this month.
Right, well then I would really like to try and schedule something for us to do next month. I mean, we still have to set up some meetings for wedding plans as well.
Oh yeah, that is a really good point actually. I mean, I still haven't even actually met your parents. I just hope that we don't have to keep putting it off though.
Well, that part doesn't really matter to me as much. In fact, I've already told my little sister about your proposal, and I guess she already told Mom and Dad. So at least they're all being kept in the loop of what's happening between you and I.
Well, that's good to know. But the moment my work calms down, I really would like to go and meet them. How are their schedules looking for next month?
I think that if we try to plan to meet my folks on the weekend, that they shouldn't have a problem with it.
Okay then, I guess I would try and find an open week to meet them. But man, is it bad to say that I'm a little nervous? Just because it's my first time actually meeting them and stuff.
Well, how do you think I feel about introducing you to my family? Besides, I also haven't met your parents either.
Well, would you like to go to their house and meet them?
Of course I would, Tom. I mean, how are we supposed to get married if I haven't even met your mom and dad?
Right, well, I just think my parents are kind of weird, to be honest.
Well, weird or not, they are still your parents, and I still should meet them before we get married.
Actually, I didn't really want to say this, but I really don't like them. They can be quite mean at times, and I just worry that they could be a problem.
Oh, really? I had no idea since you don't talk about them all that much.
Yeah, I know that I don't. But your family just sounds so normal and nice, and so I felt bad bringing up the problems I have with my parents. I guess I should have told you about all of this before I proposed, though, huh? I'm really sorry about all of this.
Oh, Tom, you don't have anything to worry about. You're the one I'm in love with and going to marry, not your parents.
I know, but I still feel bad for not saying anything about them earlier. But yeah, the thing is that we just don't really get along at all. So I actually really don't even want to tell them about the marriage.
Well, if you really think that it's best if they don't know, then I'm not going to force you to do anything that you don't want to.
Do you really mean that? So you're saying that you'll get married to me without even meeting my parents first? Because I would hate for this to cause any problems with you or your family in the future.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. Of course, we can't know what the future will bring, but as long as you and I are together, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Thank you so much. I promise to tell you all about my parents the next time that we meet up. But it's too long of a story to type out here.
That's no problem with me, but I will be glad to know about them a little at least, before we get married, that is. So thanks for starting to open up about them.
Of course. And it's not like I wasn't going to tell you, but I just didn't know how or when would be the best to do it.
Not only that, but you've been really busy with 1,000 other things as well, so you just concentrate on what you need to. We can meet my parents after things have settled down just a little bit more for you.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks again for being so understanding. I'm so happy that you're always so supportive.
Of course, Tom. I'm always going to be here for you. Anyways, good luck with your work. You got this. Hey, Tom, can I talk to you a little bit about what I just heard from my friend?
Oh, did Linda say something to you? Because if she said what I think she said, then I don't really think there's much for me to say.
I think there's plenty for you to say to me. Are you really having an affair with my best friend?
I mean, an affair makes it sound so dirty, but what Linda and I have is the real thing. So I'm sorry, but I just don't think that you and I are going to be able to get married.
Are you kidding me? Please tell me that you're not being serious right now.
Well, even if I apologize to you for it, it's not like you'd want to get married to me anyways, right? I mean, it's not like you'd be okay with any of this, right?
No, I am not okay with you sleeping around with my friend at all.
Okay, then you go. And this works out just fine for me because I actually like Linda way more than I like you.
Wow. Well, I just don't know what to say. You sure jump ship quickly, don't you? I mean, do you even feel bad for what you've done to me?
Sure, I mean, I feel a little bad about how we're ending things, sure. But hey, when I see an opportunity to trade something in for the better model, well, you're not going to blame me for that, right? Anyways, I think that we should just make this a clean break. I don't really need you hanging around me or hoping that I'll come back to you.
But I don't understand. How did all this happen? How did you come to like Linda more than me?
I mean, I think that you're forgetting that you were the one that introduced the two of us in the first place. So it's not like this is all on me or anything. But I think it's worked out great. I've actually already met with Linda's parents and they're really excited for us to get married. Not only that, but they're going to set us up in a really nice condo in the city, so I think that I made the right choice.
Wait a second, are you telling me that you've already met Linda's parents?
Yeah, of course. I told you that we were the real deal and that I liked her more than I did you, remember?
So then, were you just lying to me this whole time about being busy at work? Was that all just one giant excuse so that you could go sneaking off to spend time with my best friend? Not only that, but you even put off seeing my parents so that you could make time to go and meet hers?
Well, when you put it like that, it kind of makes me sound like the bad guy, but I guess you're not technically wrong about any of this. But I'll be honest with you. Even when I proposed to you, I still didn't feel like you were the one. And when you introduced me to Linda, I knew that I'd be much more happier with her.
You really are just the worst. Do you know that? How could you do this, the both of you?
Well, you're more than welcome to think that. But the fact of the matter is that I'm going to be with Linda. And besides, could I really be such a bad guy if I told Linda to tell you about this? I think that you're kind of overlooking how honest and sincere I've been with all of this.
Are you really calling cheating on your fiancé with her best friend honesty? Do you even know the definition of either of those words?
You're not getting it, are you? I chose to tell you because I felt bad for you. I didn't want to keep stringing you along, and that's why you know about this.
So you don't feel bad for the woman whom you were engaged to and whose best friend you hooked up with?
Oh, come on. You keep saying best friend, but I've heard you call a few other people that. Besides, I think that you're just jealous because you've never gotten with any of my friends.
I really can't even have this conversation with you right now, but fine. Have things your way.
You know, maybe you could have had an affair with someone if you were just a little better looking, you know? Then you could have started a family with them instead. But of course, you have to understand how good Linda seems as a partner, right? I mean, she was raised in a good family and everything. Not only that, but she's also just a really, really pretty lady. So compared to you, well, the choice was a pretty easy one to make.
I don't even know what to say to that. I guess I just never ever took you for such a shallow person.
Well, anyways, I just knew that I had to call all of this off before I ended up meeting your parents. But don't worry, none of this is because you were bad. It's just that Linda's better. But I'm sure you'll meet someone else in the future. Just make sure not to introduce them to their future fiancé again. Or the same thing will happen again to you. Hey, Regina, how's it going? You know, you really are persistent. I will have to give you that.
What are you talking about? Why are you texting me like this after it's been so long?
Oh, come on. Why are you asking me that as if you don't know? I know that you're here at the wedding right now. Don't tell me that you're here because you still have feelings for me. That's just kind of sad, you know?
Why in the world would you think that I have a single ounce of feelings left for you?
Come on, Regina. There's no point in lying about this. If you didn't, then why would you be here at mine and Linda's wedding, huh? We don't even have a seat for you, so why don't you just turn around and leave, huh?
Are you sure that you don't have a seat? Because I think that's just showing how little you know.
What are you talking about? Look, if you're going to hang out around here, just don't make a scene, okay? This is supposed to be a day for Linda and I, so don't make it all about you.
And just who said that I'm here for your wedding anyways, huh?
Okay then, if you're not here for the wedding, then why are you here? Because I don't know how many other events are being held in the ballroom of this amazing hotel, but we booked it for the day. So are you trying to tell me that you're actually here for another reason and just happened to stumble in?
If you must know, I'm here on work duties. After all, the company that you hired to arrange your wedding is managed by my dad.
Wait, what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? What are you talking about? I mean, this isn't our average Super 8 or something, you know? This is one of the nicest hotels in the whole country. Are you really telling me that your dad manages the company that managed to get us this place?
That's what I'm telling you. Glad to see that you're able to keep up somewhat.
Oh, come on, what kind of bold-faced lie is that? I remember your place, it really wasn't all that fancy at all. Even your job was just for some tiny little tourism company, right?
Don't you start bad-mouthing my job now. We do a lot for our size, and we've grown a lot since you last saw me. Not only that, but because we're small, it's easy for us to work with a bunch of different clients. And starting this year, I'm going to start working for my dad here at the hotel.
Hold on just 1 second. None of this is adding up at all. You really need to pick better lies if you want me to believe you.
I really don't care one bit whether or not you believe me. And I'm allowed to live however I want. I'm sorry that you don't think my apartment or my job match with what I'm saying, but it's the truth.
No, it's not. If that were really true, then you would be rich. But you're not rich at all.
I haven't once said that I am or am not rich, so I would appreciate if you would stop jumping to conclusions about my life.
But you're telling me that your dad arranged to have our marriage here at one of the most exclusive hotels probably in the world. I think that if he were the manager of a company like that, then he would probably have to be pretty rich, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds right to me. But just because my dad is rich doesn't mean that I am.
Okay, you know what? I think I've had just about enough of this. I knew that you just came here to try and ruin my wedding.
I'm sorry, but you were the one who started sending me messages. I'm just here to do my job.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's all you're doing here. Why are you even here? Why bother showing up to your ex's wedding? That's just weird. I know that you came here to try and spoil the whole atmosphere and bring everything and everyone down. But I am not going to let you get away with ruining my wedding. And I don't want you to ever bother my wife or I ever again. Regina, are you there? It's Tom. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry.
Wait, what? I thought I had blocked your number. How did you get a hold of me?
Well, I actually had to get a whole new number just to be able to talk to you.
Okay, well, whatever it is that you have to say to me, it better be good, because I don't really feel like talking to you now or ever again. In fact, you know what? I think I'll just go ahead and block you again right now.
No, wait. Please don't do that. I only wanted to message you to say that I really am so sorry.
And just what is it that you're apologizing to me for after all this time, huh?
You have to know how sorry I am. And I hope that you can forgive me.
Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. If this is all that you have to say to me, then I think that we're through.
But that's the thing. I don't want to be through. I want to try and get back together with you. Do things right this time. I should have known this whole time that you were the right woman for me. You've always been the one with the key to my heart, not Linda. And now I finally realize that you're the woman that I've been in love with this whole time.
Did you hit your head or something? Why are you telling me all of this?
Because it's the truth. I swear it. You're the only girl for me, and I see that now.
Wait a second. I know what this is about. This all has to do with Linda's dad's company going bankrupt, right? You're jumping ship again and hoping to, what was the phrase you used? Trade up?
It's not like that at all. I was tricked. I had no idea that Linda's dad's company was doing so poorly when we got together. We even lost the condo that they put us up in after the marriage. And then there was talk of me having to earn to provide for the whole family.
So that's why you're here crying back to me? Because just a while ago you were head over heels for Linda. You told me that she was always the girl for you, and that you weren't even sure about marrying me.
But that was all wrong, and I shouldn't have said that. I can see now that you're clearly the better choice out of you two. I mean, you're rich, but you don't brag about it. Not only that, but even though you have a rich family, you don't rely on them for your livelihood too much, and I think that shows a lot of character. But what I still can't understand is why you never told me about your family before we broke up. If I had known the truth, then I probably would have never let you.
I was planning on letting my parents tell you all about themselves when you came over to finally meet them. But you broke up with me before we could even do that, and I have to say that I am quite grateful for that now.
But I didn't think that your family was that rich and that Linda's was actually so poor.
Okay, and? What do you expect me to do about it now? Why do you think I'd even care about this? Because if this is your way of trying to convince me to get back together with you, you're doing a terrible job right now. And besides, you're still married to Linda, isn't that right? Do you think I'm going to risk a lawsuit just for a jerk like you?
Yeah, you're right. I am a jerk and an idiot and all those things that you called me. But I want you to know that I am being honest about how I feel for you. And please, you have to trust me. I promise that I'll never ever betray you again.
I would have to trust you again for you to even be able to do that, Tom. But I'm not about to do that at all after you left me and broke off our engagement to be with my best friend. Not only that, but you're still talking about both Linda and I as if we're just objects.
But that's not how I feel. I really do love you and I need you back with me.
And I'm telling you that I don't care at all about how you feel about me. You had your chance and you blew it. But I'm glad you did, because I see now that you were just trying to use both Linda and I.
Please, I know that I can make you happy. I won't ever do anything like I did ever again.
I know you won't, because I won't give you the chance. And if you really want to make me happy, you can just leave me alone. Anyways, I knew I should have blocked you, and I won't be wasting my time with this any further. After that, I blocked Tom's new number. It was only through some friend that I heard that Tom and Linda had begun to talk about a divorce. But Linda and her family were firmly against it, and so Tom was kept at their home while he tried to work out the details. I heard that after they left the condo, Tom and Linda were forced to move into an average apartment, just a bit worse than mine, and started paying their own rent. It turns out, however, that after Linda's dad's company went under, neither of her parents felt like working either. In the end, they sold their house and moved into Tom and Linda's small apartment where they were expecting Tom to do everything for them. One day, while Linda was trying to use her dad's credit card, it was rejected, and that was the first time Linda learned of her own parents' financial situation. The whole apartment was buzzing with accusations and name-calling and trying to cash in on favors. As for me, it seemed that Tom and Linda and her parents were all too busy at each other's throats to even think about me. Of course, I hated how my engagement ended up, but I'm just glad that I didn't have to deal with any of that. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.